give me an example of what someone who is already innately in the style shift phase and has already passed the clear your clutter phase and has already got their uniform, what's that next step? They have their uniform, everything's laid out.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that next progression? What happens then?
Well, I would say that, that's on an individual basis.
So it depends on the lifestyle of the person, what they're doing,
Absolutely.
what their professional business is, what's their relationships with their family. Are they married? Are they single? Are they traveling? So all these elements come into play in that next stage.
Absolutely. But I mean, I think that the most important thing, and what I always ask people is, what do you desire? What do you want?
Now, is that used as the end result desire and building up towards that, or is then that also used as, okay, what is your desire? Let's achieve this desire, but go further.
Well, I think that we always want to have, what do we want out of this lifetime? What's our desire for this lifetime?
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to do? What do we want to achieve? And that always comes back to a feeling.
I was about to say that.
It's always a feeling. Everything is connected to how something makes you feel. So when you can pinpoint what that feeling is for you, everybody's a different thing. For me, it's peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
This is what, this is what drives me. Like if I have peace of mind and somebody else, they're going to say, I want to feel happy, or I want to feel prosperous, or I want to feel joy. And that's another style. That's your style of feeling. So if you can, get to the root of, what drives me. I mean, a really good example is like, like let's say, a multimillionaire, billionaire or something, what drives him or her to make more money. It's not the money, it's the feeling that the money gives you. And that's what propels you on. So connecting back to that feeling is the most important thing, and that's the starting point. And that takes some thought, that takes some awareness.
So I would say then, based off of my experience with everything that you've said and seeing how I view society and the way that it works, is that people innately cut themselves off to how they feel and expressing their feelings. It's a very hard thing to do. Some people can do it like that, and it's done, it's over, and they can say how they feel and they can say what they want. But I would like to say that a majority can't. And so you're cutting into that wall, letting them know that you can say and feel what you want, and taking that feeling and then saying, okay, the way that you felt right now, you have to apply those feelings to every transitional point within your life in order to shift through them, which is the style shift process in itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't do that based off of feeling, you're not going to be able to really accomplish this.
Yeah.
And that's huge, because that's a lot of work. That's
It is.
a lot of digging in. It's not like, oh, maybe I should do this. This sounds cool. It's like, no, if you're going to do a style shift, you're going to break down some walls and some barriers in you to then build that strong foundation, because you're going to have to cover so much if you really want to go through it.
Well, I don't like to use the word work though, because
Well, no, but not work.
yeah,
But
I
it's,
understand what you're saying.
It's something that, like, it's not just about
No,
the superficial part
no,
of it.
absolutely.
You're breaking down.
Yeah, I
things
mean,
that have
that's
been-
just part of it, because it's that starting point of feeling good, and feeling good is,
in order to feel good, you got to go through what made you feel bad.
well,
You got to understand it.
I think that we all have the ups and downs in life, and the feeling good and the feeling bad, and a lot of times people are not prompted to change unless they're feeling in pain. So pain is always, a barometer for feeling like, ooh, this doesn't feel right anymore. Because we're all, I mean, to give an analogy, a caterpillar and, blossoming into a butterfly, right? We're always going through these metamorphoses. We're always going through changes. And when you're not feeling good in your skin and you're not feeling right, you know that this is a time to shift.
Okay.
And it's to see, okay, where does this shift begin for me? What do I need to start with? to, you know, to shift to get to the next thing, or maybe I'm stuck.
You want to progress, not regress.
Well, I think everybody wants to do that, and I mean, unfortunately, if you're stuck, you know,
Well, that's when you need the shift.
yeah, but the thing is like, you know, a lot, it's not necessarily for people that need it, it's for people that want it, because a lot of people can need, you know, to change and to progress and to improve, but unless they're at that, you know, mental point and that feeling of it,